What's up, everybody? This is Nick, and you're joining us once again for a Micro Mini Lightning Newscast Entertainment Edition. We bring you all the news you need to know in entertainment and more. And as always, I'm joined by my fellow entertainment junkie and newscaster.
This is Eric.
And Eric, we're going to bring them some stories today, and as always, we have 10 minutes to do it. 10 minutes that we always go past in the entertainment edition. But you know what?
It's tradition.
It is tradition, but not today.
Oh, are we sticking to it?
We're sticking to the 10 minutes.
All right. New tradition.
New tradition. It's time. It's out with the old and in with the new here at the Micro Mini Lightning Newscast. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. Eric, we've had a couple of farewells in the... by the way, this entertainment edition is at the small screen level. We're talking about television shows, but we had a couple of departures from television shows recently. Do you watch the NCIS?
I was a huge NCIS fan in the early years. I know it was a spinoff of JAG, if I remember right.
It was. Dun, dun,
I like...
dun. Sorry,
I don't know JAGs. I didn't really watch JAG. I saw a few episodes of JAG. It's okay. It had that Bell lady, right, on JAG? I don't remember.
Kristen Bell, yeah.
Kristen Bell. She's very attractive.
Yeah.
And
they reference her down here.
Oh, do they?
I know her name.
Okay. Yeah, she's very attractive. That's why I kind of watched that back in the day. And I started watching NCIS. Didn't really ever get into what was the other one, like CIS or CSI.
CSI. Yeah.
I didn't really get too much into that one, but I always liked NCIS because I like military structured shows a lot. And yeah, so I watched many seasons. It got a little repetitive after like 7, and so I kind of died down after that. But yeah, I watched a lot early years.
Well, if you were to pick it back up today, my friend, well, let me ask you this. Who was your favorite character? What character would you want to see on this show if you were to pick it back up today? Well,
he's not there. It's the Tony character. He has his own show now called Bull.
Yes.
I liked him. And then the character, oh, goodness, what's his name?
I'm sorry, I only asked for one, but we are, of course, saying goodbye. The audience just a few days ago said goodbye to none other than Abby Shuto.
Man, she was a big character. I know she was, at least on the internet, it seemed like she was very prolific in the nerd culture before nerd culture became kind of a pop culture thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She was a very big idol, I would say, in that kind of culture. Her dark look and it was nerd, but more of that grungy.
She was kind of a goth.
Goth, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. But she was pretty well liked. I thought she was a good character. I thought her character was a little bit over the top for my taste. But I thought she's fun. I enjoyed her. I liked the way that she played off other characters.
Well, she was on this show for 15 years.
My goodness, that's a long time.
Apparently, she was put into a coma, and she came out of it the week before. She came out of it, helped them solve who shot her. She was shot.
Again? Didn't she get shot like a couple years ago?
People get shot all the time on NCIS. They recover. They
do. Well, not all of them. The first lady.
She got shot in the head. Yeah.
She got straight up murderated.
She did. Well, there was also a lady that was like Gibbs's boss for a while. She dead too.
She dead too.
But Abby woke back up and decided to go into some work to help people. Anyway.
Yeah, that word. I would correct you, but I can't say that word.
I murdered the English language there now.
Well, it's not fair.
Abby, solve that mystery.
You already speak like, what is it? We've counted like something like 24 languages, Nick.
Oh yeah.
English is not an easy one.
No, it's not. It's once you get to your like 24th language, it's hard to go back.
It really holds you back.
But with her leaving, that leaves, for those who remain, it's Harmon, David McCallum, Sean Murray, and Brian Dietzen, who are the only original cast of that show.
Okay, let's see if I can get all those. So we all Mark Harmon. He's the lead character, the head. There's the writer guy, that Proby. They call him Proby. That's what Tony called him. Yeah. I can't remember his name. Which one is that? Do you know?
I think that's McCallum.
Then there was Ducky's assistant when Ducky was on there. He's still on there as the.
That's Brian Dietzen.
That's Brian Dietzen. And what was the other one? Oh, is it the guy that's over Mark Harmon's character?
Sean Murray, I believe.
Is
you're
that
right.
him? I
Yes.
think he's one of the heads. He was there early, and I don't remember all the things. I think I had to look it up. But that's crazy. Now it does have Walter Valderrama on there now, and he's
Handy Manny.
yeah. I think he's still on there. I like his character. I think he's really funny, and when I do watch it, I enjoy his character. I don't know all the ins and outs of him, but he's been a fun character in my opinion.
Well, this article I'm reading, it says the closing thoughts of Peretti can probably, which is Polly Peretti is the name of the actress who plays this character, Miss Shudo. It says her words can probably be summed up by the letter that Abby leaves for Gibbs, and she says, "You have to go with your gut," and my gut is telling me I have to go.
Well, that's the short and long of it. So, well, that's our first one. Do we have another one?
We do, my friend. I don't know if you've watched I watch a little series that I like to call The Lethal Weapon.
Well, that's a good name for. What's the real name of it?
Lethal Weapon.
Oh, okay. I like the in there. That really spices it up.
Recently, a man by the name of Mr. The main character, Clayne Crawford, who plays Martin Riggs, he's been causing some issues on set. He's been apparently kind of being a jerk. Him and Damon Wayans have not been talking.
Well, is he playing is he a character actor? Isn't the character kind of against the grain kind of guy?
Yeah, he is, but he's not a character actor. This is just him being. Apparently, there were some stunts he didn't agree with, and he apparently at one point went and locked himself in his trailer and would not come out.
That sounds very childish.
It was a toxic situation. He made an apology after being reprimanded by Fox, and apparently they didn't appreciate it, so they fired him.
I like that. I like that. I mean, come on. I'm all for like people getting paid what they need to get paid, doing the job they're paid to do. And I don't think, like actors of TV shows or film, come on, just replace them. Like, did you ever watch, I didn't watch much of it, but it's the Louis C.K. show. He had like 2 daughters and they were white, and he's like, then his wife's black. And they're like, no, she was a good actor. She's going to be the actor. It doesn't matter. And she was a good actress. And they just rolled with it. I don't know if they remembered if they even talked about it, how those 2 were married and had white kids. And that was their biological kids. So just like, come on, do your job as best you can. Be reasonable. Come on, just do your job.
Right.
I mean, if you have problems, take them to the director, take them to the appropriate person. Don't act like that.
Well, this is so they put here that it says the outlet reports that the actor issued an apology after being angry on set when he believed he was working in unsafe conditions. Because of his outbursts, he was reportedly forced to meet with human resources, undergo studio appointed therapy, and give some of his paycheck to one of the parties involved.
Wow.
This show has been around for 2 seasons. Its ratings are high. Now producers are scrambling to recast this character, which I'm not a huge fan of that when they do that. Instead of like just, saying the character moved on, why not just... And I understand Lethal Weapon is Martin Riggs and Sergeant Murtaugh.
No, I get that completely. I don't know. They, come up with something. I mean, that happens all the time. People die and they have to replace them. Or my favorite is they make them. I've heard of directors making actors the first thing they shoot is their like a death scene. So if they don't like them, they can just like, oh, you're out of here, and they already have a scene where they died.
Right. I will say this. For that show, Clayne Crawford, he does a heck of a job. He captures the character, and
really,
yeah, it's gonna be a major loss. But Eric, when one thing leaves, something good has to come and replace it.
Yeah, what's that? What do you got,
my friend? Double Dare is coming back to Nickelodeon.
I had heard little rumors about that here and there, about that being able to come back. Who's the host going to be? Have they figured that out yet?
There has been no mention of this.
Until there's a host.
Mark Summers did come back on Twitter and made a reference to it by saying, "Isn't this interesting?" And then he put a couple of emojis.
What kind of
emojis? Laughter emojis after it. Kind of the one sticking its tongue out with a winky and eye, and then the crazy looking one, and then a crying, laughing one.
I don't understand his emojis.
Yeah, I don't understand the emoji stain or deal there. Now, there is going to be some, it has been confirmed, it's being revived for 40 new episodes. It will have some of the old challenges that you enjoy. Eric, what are some of the challenges you remember?
I don't remember. I didn't have
the giant nose.
Oh, yeah, to pick the boogers.
There's the human hamster wheel.
I don't remember that. See, I didn't get to watch the show a ton.
Oh.
Let's see here. Summers returned to host the 30th anniversary of Double Dare at 2016 San Diego Comic-Con International. Appeared in a commemorative half-hour special in honor of the show's 30th anniversary that aired on Nickelodeon on November 23rd, 2016.
Well,
Man.
Eric, and not only that, they are also in a separate thing that I found online from like a press release that they're looking for previous contestants to come back onto the show.
Oh, really?
With their families.
That's great, especially if they show clips of the previous. I'm assuming that's why they want to do it. They own the entire back catalog, so they can use that footage of like, hey, here they are back in the day, here they are now. What they need to do is find the ones that are down on their luck. But that always happens. They had hundreds of people go through that show, and so man, they could find some pretty awesome stories. I'm assuming it's Nickelodeon doing this.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
so it's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be like dark or nothing. It's like, so what happened to you after this? And they go into it, and they're like, I was homeless.
Like
drugs. I was.
No, they're wanting to bring them and their kids onto the show.
So a kid who has now their own, like a legacy of Double Dare.
Double Dare legacy. All right, I just want to hit a few things here. We have some things coming down the pipe here. Last Man Standing is getting a revival on Fox. It's
still on?
Well, it went off the air. Now it's coming back.
Really?
Thanks to the Roseanne show kind of coming out and being very popular, they're looking at bringing that on. 30 Rock, which has only been off the air for a few years, they're talking about having a revival. Tina Fey says that she has many ideas.
I'll tell you what. I started watching 30 Rock after it went off the air, and man, that show is so funny.
Is it?
Oh my goodness. It is. I can't remember. I haven't watched it in a while. I didn't watch all of it. I was like, this show is really funny. That's good. One last one. What you got?
One last one. We had mentioned the Murphy Brown revival.
Yeah, I saw some photo shoots from that.
Tyne Daly joins CBS Revival. She has joined this show, and she's going to play a pivotal role apparently. So,
all right. Well, I'm excited for all those. I do kind of want to see the Murphy Brown reboot.
Well, let me give just one more. There is going to be a Mad About You revival.
Oh, I loved Mad About You.
It's coming back. Both Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt have signed on.
Thank heavens. And they had a kid. So, back right at the very end.
Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they?
Because they did like a thing where they had both apartments and stuff and the one across the hallway. So,
yeah.
But that was always like their nemesis. But they eventually got that one.
Okay,
So.
and actually, I remember the birth of the child episode because it had Bruce Willis in it.
Yes. Yeah, it's been a while.
He thought he'd been hit on the head on set or something. He thought he was actually Die Hard, and he was crawling in the vents. And Paul Reiser was actually trying to get to the birth of the child.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember all of it. Man, that's pretty good. You got a good memory. All right.
I think that man, I can't. Now I'm doubting myself. I think that was that show. Anyway, all right, Eric. you know what? Bruce Willis may have forgotten who he was, but Eric, we don't. And help them remember who we are.
Remember who we are? They know who we are. We are.
Where can they find us?
They can find us all over the internet. We are the Pull Up a Chair podcast on Facebook and YouTube. And you can find us. Just ask Alexa about us. She'll tell you all about us. Say, Alexa, play the Pull Up a Chair podcast. And she will just start playing one of our podcasts. Yes, we are there. We're on Spotify. Search for Pull Up a Chair podcast. And you'll find us all over the internet. On iTunes, it's Pull Up a Chair Podcast. I bet you couldn't guess that one. You can find us on Twitter at Pull Up a Chair Pod. And you can find us at our own website, puckpodcast.website, pucpodcast.website. Back to you, Nick.
All right, I was correct. That was Bruce Willis on Mad About You. That was that episode. It was,
when are you ever wrong, Nick?
well, quite often, actually. All right, well, we won't dwell on that, Eric, because we're going to move on, and we are going to say, folks, get out there and watch more TV.
Watch more. Don't go outside.
Don't go outside. Outside's scary, and it's hot.
Yeah, listen to podcasts.
Listen to podcasts. Stay in the AC. Stay cool.
Yeah.
Let your grass overgrow. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, the world's coming to an end anyway.
It's nature.
We've seen the future. We've
have.
reported on it.
Well, Baba Yaga, if you go back and listen to that one, she saw this.
She saw it. She knew it.
All right, well, have yourself a great day and stay cool.
Bye.